In this chapter, we will learn about logical decision making, what drives humans to want to make certain decisions, and which factors we take into consideration with said decisions. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a much better grasp on what drives humans to make decisions the way we do. From a design perspective, I see a lot of websites structured and organized based on the assumption that people make rational and considered decisions. Merchants and professionals go to great lengths to create information architectures that they believe are logical. Unfortunately, your consumer base is not nearly as logical as you would think, and good design will understand this. Some of the most compelling e-commerce websites don't just display product shots, but instead they create compelling scenes to engage their visitors emotionally. In our brain, the cerebrum is the region responsible for conscious thought, and this is where most of our decision making happens. While it's easy for us to assume that the cerebrum makes decisions that consider all factors, this isn't the case as the cerebrum interacts with various other parts of the brain, such as the limbic system and the brainstem. The limbic system is considered to be the emotional center of the brain and plays a huge role in decision making. In fact, studies have shown that patients who have received damage to their limbic system can struggle to make even the simplest of decisions. The brainstem, the most primitive part of the brain, also known as the lizard brain, drives our survival instinct, which again profoundly influences our decision making. The brainstem, in conjunction with the limbic system, controls some of our most fundamental reactions, such as the fight or flight response. For example, when surveyed, the vast majority of people say that they want to give more to charity. So why is the conversion rate on charity websites so low? Why are charities not inundated with donations if so many people want to donate? Although the answer to this question is complicated, our survival instincts play a significant role here. Survival instincts drive humans to hoard resources for fear we may not have enough tomorrow. We fear making donations because we don't like to lose what we have. We are loss averse. In fact, it has been demonstrated that the negative emotional impact of losses is twice as intense as the positive effect of gains. A great idea to implement is having people sign up to give in the future. This could lessen the feeling of loss today. This is not different than buying a TV on installments rather than paying it outright. E-commerce websites have to address these issues by demonstrating that the gains of purchase significantly outweigh the cost. It is easier to demonstrate the positive benefits of a product once you have better understanding of what consumers and users need and desire, which brings me to my next point. Most people are aware of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow proposed that there are specific human needs that need to be fulfilled in a specific order, starting with physiological needs such as food, water, warmth, and health. Next are safety needs, such as security, and following that are interpersonal needs, such as friendship, family, and intimate relationships. Then there are esteem needs, such as prestige and a feeling of accomplishment, topped by self-fulfillment needs, such as self-actualization. Each need builds upon the one below in the hierarchy. In other words, until our basic physiological needs are fulfilled, we are less concerned with higher needs such as a sense of belonging or self-actualization. When selling products online, the focus tends to be on highlighting the product's features, but instead the focus should be placed on what universal human need the product is fulfilling. Take, for example, car advertisements on television. Some companies focus on engine power, fuel efficiency, or cubic interior space as it emphasizes safety, one of our primary human needs. Other car brands focus on different parts of the hierarchy. Sports cars and luxury brands focus on self-esteem, while four-wheel drive cars promise adventure and self-improvement. The same principle can be applied to an e-commerce store as it can to other forms of advertising. Product description should not just focus on features, they should also speak to how the product will help people in their lives. The imagery should also give a sense of its functionality while showcasing the product in its context. Taking the time to consider the underlying need a product fulfills will increase its perceived value, which is the basis of your upcoming lesson in this course. Before we do that, however, let's do a quick exercise to get you thinking about your product descriptions. See you there.